Okay, now we're going to really crank it up and have some fun. We've watched some background information, documentary about Buckmister Fuller. The guy was just a genius ahead of his time. So, and they're still using his designs today. The equilateral triangle is one of the strongest geometric units, and that's what he builds his geodesic domes out of. So we're going to learn how to build a geodesic dome using these simple things, toothpicks from the craft store or the grocery store, round toothpicks, flat toothpicks, whatever you get a hold of. You're going to need some Elmer's glue. If you're doing this at home, if you have access to tacky glue or any white Elmer's glue, so this works the best. So you're going to put some glue out. There's a little drop like that. Then we're going to close the lid up and then put that away. We're going to make sure our name and period number. Now this is wax paper, and the wax paper is going to help this glue not stick to it so that these pieces come off. You could use a piece of notebook paper, except for the glue is going to get on the paper and it's going to cause it to stick to the paper. So when you're taking these triangular building units off, you're going to just be careful and maybe use scissors to cut the glue and the paper away from your triangular pieces. Alright, so I believe the count is you're going to need about 60 of these triangles, and the 60 is going to equal to 12 building units, and that's what the building units is what you're going to put your dome together with. So you got to get at least 60 to start, and you know there's three toothpicks for every building unit. So just put the toothpick in your hand and you roll around in the glue. I just stuck one end in, I stuck the other end in, and you want to start at the edge of the paper. I'm going to start right there, so just for and again I stuck both ends in, and then I'm going to lay this in at a triangle. Now you want to make sure that the tips are overlapping one another, just at the very end, not like this, not but just at the very ends you want your tips overlapping. Here's my next toothpick building unit. I'm going to stick that in the glue. I'm going to stick the other end in the glue, make sure this got glue on both ends, and when I go to place this in, I can see that my triangle is not big enough, and now I've laid that in so that those triangle pieces are just tip over tip like this. They're not sticking way out in any way. It's that tip of the tip. You can see where the tips are overlapping. Now, you're going to have, you're going to run out of room on here. You're going to have to put as many as you can on here. So your next one, you should be in the opposite direction. And that's, you can put them all in a line the other way if you wanted to, but this way of putting them all in a line like this, you're going to find that you're going to have more room on your wax paper, and all of these are going to be have to be placed away so that there's room for the next class to do theirs. And you can see there's a lot of jostling them around. And you can see that one there's a lot more of that sticking out, so I need to move that over and get them to, I'm just using another toothpick to do this. Alright, so here real quick, tip, 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 and you're going to place it there like that, put it in the tip, put it in the tip, place one right there, and pretty soon you'll have an idea of how far they need to be placed away from one another so that they are tip to tip and not sticking out further than they need to be. Because each one of these building pieces should end up being an equilateral triangle once it's done. So you want to make sure that it's not sticking too far out. We want to try to make these triangles. Alright, so there's three. You want to keep going across the paper, then come down here and make the next row down below it, and it should go that way all the way across the paper. And when you're done, you're going to be able to pull all those toothpicks off. But 60 of these, that's a lot of work, so it takes a while to do that.